What's up everyone, it's your boy Gamer-Ren and we're back for another video. This time we're going to be doing some voiceover here. I know it's been a minute. So we're going to be playing Nioh 3 and I'm going to be talking about where I farm most of my readers. Now again, there are a lot of videos out there, but I'm going to just do a quick demonstration of what I've done in the past to keep it very simple. Let's get right to it. Now one thing I love about this game is you can switch between ninja and samurai. So if you're trying to get more agile, the ninja is your go-to. But if you want to parry and also look cool a lot, the samurai is a way to go. I'm just being honest. I love the samurai. It's part of my best feature, and that and ninja as well. But let's talk about what I normally do when I want to farm. Normally, before I start farming, I make sure to ensure that all my weapons has something that has to do with Amrita urns. Is very important, and the best way, if you already have tons of weapons that have these, I normally go in and I'll do a selection settings and do a filtering, and I just filter for anything that has Amrita urn and pick that. Now I have given some away, but as you progress in the chapter, you'll be surprised of how much you actually have that has Amrita urn as well. If you want to go forge, the Forge Master. Now another thing I always focus on is my titles. So with my titles, I always make sure that if I'm going to be farming in the Crucible, there will be an Amrita urn. I maxed this out, and I believe also somewhere in the facilities, or where is that? I think it's under where is that? It's Crucible, and there's another thing that I normally like to keep. Oh, subjugation. Yes, subjugation. I also try to max this out when I want to farm Amrita, so I'm actually just going to max this one out too. Now it will take some time when you're starting out in the game, but let's just talk through a couple of things here. The Warren states the best place to actually farm would be the second Crucible. The second Crucible is arguably your best bet. The high-end area would also be the Crucible after you've played through most of the side missions. And the Bakumatsu right now, I have not... This is kind of like the last place in the game, but the Bakumatsu is actually my favorite place where I actually like to farm. So what I normally do is I go to the shrine to pray, and afterwards I'll go to the battle scroll. Now my battle scroll is that I will do the Crucible tour. You're practically just fighting bosses pretty quick. Now I'm pretty sure the next Crucible I'll play will actually have way more Amritas to earn. But this is the fastest way for me because again I'm gonna earn probably like close to 1.5 to 2.5 million in Amritas. Now again, there are also other places you can play, for example, the Antiquity. Hopefully I got that right. This one you can also farm as well, but I generally don't really care about this. There's some side missions I just don't really like to replay, or missions in general. And this one is really not my best because I hate it. In terms of return to Edo, it's also a good place if you want to farm, but I think when you get to the Bakumatsu Era, this is probably where you want to be. Because even going into your first Crucible, the first Temple Crucible you play, which is the one of the main story, you will not get much. Now, Crucible Tour is arguably my best. Depending on what you really care about in the game, I always make sure my heart and my skill are to the max, or as much as I can. Those are my top two pointers. The reason why I don't really care about Constitution is because no matter whatever you increase in your stats, your life will still increase. So your Constitution is just like, okay, maybe you want to unlock a particular set that's depending on your Constitution reaching like a level 15 or 18, which is fine. But the magic is my third most important stat here, and the stamina. I kind of pair them in together because I like to use my Onmyo magic to the max. Now, the reason why your skill is important is because you would be using ninjutsu power. Now, my ninjutsu power is really simple. I like to make it very easy for me. So if I go back to my ninjutsu, let's focus on the ninja side, because it's the ninja that is really going to help you a lot. I have the Uncanny Flame, Fire Shuriken, Poison Shuriken. Now, I like to keep it very simple. Now, if you don't like the Uncanny Flame, you can definitely switch this with the I believe there's also the Uncanny Breeze or the Bolt. Those are my next two best. But for this demo, I'm just gonna do this. Now, I'm starting off at 11 million in Amritas. So I am going to play this side mission really quick. Well, before I actually even continue playing my side mission, let's talk about my soul cores. Now, my soul cores is very simple. I have this Ubume soul core. This, you would probably find this a lot more with the enemy we're talking about. It's like those ladies that walk around, they scream. You've seen them before. They drop these. They do get good Amrita, earn 8.5%. The next one I have is the Daidara Bocchi soul core. This actually is your best soul core in the entire game, and you can get this in the first chapter in the game. Literally, it's like, well, not the first chapter, but the staring ability, the staring air. You will get this in a side mission. Now, this one is only focused on my life and my toughness, so that also helps. The next one I also have is the Mermaid soul core. This helps me release life force whenever I damage a opponent. Daidara Bocchi, this one will slow my opponent down. Gaki soul core also helps with my Amrita earn as well. And Sunakake, I do not know how to say this one, but this one arguably is probably my fourth best. Not only because you can get up to 6 on there, but also it lowers your enemy's attack. So if you're going to be finding an enemy that can easily one-shot you, like the Blood Edge Demon, this is arguably something that would help you a lot. The Gaki Chief soul core also is something that has an Amrita gauge charge as well. But now, let's focus on the actual mission here. So, first of all, I'm going to go to the battle scroll and I'll be doing the Crucible tour. You unlock the Crucible tour once you play the Accursed Temple. That is basically your second main story. The first Crucible you get in the Bakumatsu Era, that's where it is. So again, we're starting around 11 million Amritas, and let's go into this. Also, if you're liking the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more content, hit that post notification. I'm gonna see if I can beat this in under 8 minutes. Hopefully, I think I can. Or probably 10. Let's just say under 10 minutes to be safe. Now, one thing I did not call out was my equipment. So I do use this Goichumatsu helmet just because I've gotten used to this. I've been using this since chapter 1. So if you have another equipment that you want to use, I would say you can do the same approach. Go to selection settings, filtering, and use this filter. Anything that says Amrita earned, if it says Amrita earned, that's good. Or anything that also says, so your Amrita earned would be somewhere under, I believe it's under drops. Yes, so you can use that filter, or you can also change the filter to another thing if you want to focus on your life recovery wherever you can. Your life recovery is actually your second most important thing here. You can use life recovery, one of these filters here, or your key recovery. So depends on what you want, but for the focus of this video, I'm only going to do Amrita earned. So next up, we will be, let's dive right in. And I'm probably just going to do some voiceover while I play this because I want to make sure I have everything I need. So this one, I'm going to use this to, every time I hit an opponent, I get a meter. The first guys you're going to find will be very simple to beat, to be honest. Like, they are actually the easiest. They're like the worst of they're like the last most important guys you ever fight. Like, it gets harder from there. You should be gone now. Yep, next one will be you. This one is easy to beat. Easy to beat this one too. Now, when the next guys you get 2 guys here. I would recommend to beat this one first. This one is the most annoying. Like, any little hit, he will mess you up if you're not careful. So I'm actually just going to beat this guy as fast as I can. Yeah. Now, next up, you'll be getting a Gaki Soul Chief right there. It just popped up, but I literally don't care because this guy is actually easier to beat than most people. So I'm going to send this one here. Let me make sure that at least every time I beat him, I get a health there. And I'm going to stack him on my bombs. My shoe is up. I don't know if that's shooting bombs, but yeah. Gotta beat him in the back on his ankle. Then I'm gonna switch to my one and only samurai. I forgot that he does summon those little Gaki creatures. The next up is... Oh, I used the wrong sword, but anyways. Ooh. Yeah, perfect, he's gone. Now this is where things might get a little bit more interesting. You will be fighting to the next two main bosses are coming. So you need to start, this is where things get a little bit seriously. But to be honest, because you probably fight this guy like 4 or 5 times before you fight other guys, so he's technically very easy. I'm gonna start with the Daidara Bocchi, blast him, then I'm just gonna send a bunch of these. Yeah, and I don't want to use my Spirit Guardian move, my living artifact mode, just because I don't think it's needed for this. But if I probably want to beat these guys quick, I'm pretty sure I can just use that. But let's see, if I feel like I'm getting threatened here, then yeah, I'll do that. Think of it, I'm pretty sure he was a little bit easier last time. Did I remove something? Okay, no, I didn't. I didn't. Yeah, that makes sense now. I gotta hit him from the back. Remember, I gotta give them those back shots, which is not something I like to say. Yeah. Ooh, that was close. Ooh, close one. That. Okay, looks like most of my stuff right now, but that's fine. He's dead. After that should be it. Oh, not it. No, that's better. Okay, I just reached 1 million right now in Amrita, which is fine. I think that was 1 million. So the next boss is someone you want to pay attention to. He might seem a bit harder, but honestly, once you slow him down with some of your... Just gotta give him all the stats. Everything. Just like, tank him up. Then use Daidara Bocchi. Blast him from me. Then I'll use this lady. So at least... Yeah, that's what I need. Oh, he hit me, but that's fine. I'm gonna recover, even though I don't know much of what I do. And... Just gonna do that from far. Ooh, close one. He's actually very easy to beat after you fight him like 3 times or so. Yep. And that's it. So you farm right now, I think that was 1.8 and 200 meters I just got in under 10 minutes. I think that's pretty good compared to what you could do before. Now, I mean, pretty sure later on in the game, after you probably in the new game plus, you will be able to farm way more, assuming that. But if you have any tool that has to do with a meter earned, I would say use that and crank them up as much as you can. Your titles is also important. So like I mentioned earlier, in your titles, you're going to want to make sure you have your tactics. Well, not tactics. Your subjugation needs to be a meter earned, needs to be high. If you're going to be playing against formidable enemies, you also need to take your melee key as well as your murder gauge charge. And that's also, if you're going to be playing a lot more in the Crucible, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes you want to play in the Crucible in the high-end area. The Crucible is the best way to farm as much as you can. You want to make sure your Amrita earning the Crucible is the most you can be. And outside of that, you would be surprised how much Amrita you get, especially if you're just playing and enjoying the game. One more thing, I don't think I mentioned that when you actually farm your Amrita, you want to make sure every single weapon, accessory, even your accessories, all those beads, those prayer beads and whatnot, you need to make sure that you have them maxed out, because if not, you would not farm as much as Amrita as you want. But I'm pretty sure. But again, I'm gonna make this a series, so this is basically part 1 of my series, but I kind of looks like I'm working my way backwards a bit. I'm not very structured here, but hopefully you guys liked my video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more content, and hit that post notification bell to stay updated. Peace out.